You all are welcome to this very important hands-on discussion. The discussion shall focus on Mendeley Reference Manager, how to use Mendeley Reference Manager. We shall be providing a practical guide on how to use it, especially if you are an undergraduate student or postgraduate student or any other researcher. It is very important for you because it harmonizes your citations and referencing. It made it easier for you to organize them. You find it fancy or fantastic when you are working on a very robust research that requires enough citations and reference. My name is Anayo Chukwu, PhD. So subscribe to my channel to enable you get more updates. As you can see the channel from the link in the screen. It is very important that, because oftentimes I discover that a lot of us are still having issues on how to use Mendeley Reference Manager. In this class or in this discussion, we shall provide a typical hands-on practical, a practical guide on how to use Mendeley. What is Mendeley? Mendeley is just one of the reference manager softwares. It is founded in as early as year 2007 by a group of students, young PhD students. They came together to build this software. And after building it, because of the efficiency, because of the effectiveness, a Dutch academic publishing company, popularly known as Elsevier, in 2013, acquired this software. What is the use of Mendeley? Mendeley is used to manage and share research papers to generate bibliographies for scholarly articles or any other materials. Mendeley is very important. I've used it, and the impact is unquantifiable. It is very, very important. I urge every researcher, be it undergraduates, postgraduate students, make use of Mendeley for your publication, article preparations, and etc. How do you download and install Mendeley? I'll show you a practical guide how to download and install Mendeley, especially Mendeley desktop via web browser. One thing about this Mendeley is that it is free. It is an open source. It is free. So I will show you how to practically use this Mendeley software. First of all, you have to open your web browser. In your web browser, just type Mendeley or simply type download Mendeley. We have different versions. But as a beginner, I would advise you to use the version 1.19.8. You can see it. I would advise you use this version. Once you type it, then hit your enter key. Then from the first link, you can see it, Mendeley Desktop 1.19.8 installer. Then open it. When you open it, depend on the window you're using. If you're using, depend on the operating system you're using. If you're using Windows or Mac or Ubuntu or Linux, whichever operating system you're using is supported. But for me, I use Windows, so you can simply click on Mendeley Desktop. Your download will start. Once you click on it, it will start downloading. By the time you are done with the download, then click open the folder, click on install. Then you complete your installations. It's very simple. Once you just run it and install it the way you install other softwares. Once you download and install the Mendeley, what is the next thing to do is create an account. You have to create an account like this. This is the applications. This is the Mendeley application. Say, welcome to Mendeley. So you can now click on register. If you are a new user, you click on register. It will now take you to Elsevier platform where you can do what? You can now register your account. You can, from here, you can now register your account, enter your email and continue. In that order, you now complete your registration. Once that is done, the next thing you do is to sign in. Is the what? To sign in of your with the account. You do what? You sign in with the account. So once that is done, you simply what? Sign in. Let me share the page. You sign in. You sign in with the account. Let me open the Mendeley. Okay. This is my Mendeley. Let's assume that your account creation was successful. The next thing you do, you have to sign in by entering the email you use to register the account. Let me enter this email. So once I type it there, you now type the password you supply during the creation of the account. Under this place, you see stay signed in. One thing about using Mendeley is that once you have created an account and signed in through internet or online, then for the subsequent use, you don't need to be connected to internet before you can use it. You can use it seamlessly without internet, without what? Network, without data. But what you should remember that once you are signed in, always check this box, stay signed in, so that subsequently when you're not online, you can easily sign in without being online. You can use it offline. That is one thing about it. But you require internet or a network to register and sign in for the first time. The continuous use of it, you don't need to do what? Be connected to internet. But make sure that when you are signed in, check this box, stay signed in. If you don't do that, each time you want to use it, it will require you to sign in and you must be connected to sign in from the platform. So always check this sign in button. Then you click on sign in. Okay. So once it is signed in, I'm signing in now. Okay, once you sign in like this, the next thing you will see is, because I've already signed in before, so you just click this. But if you are signing in for the first time, it will now request you to do what? Install the citation plugin for Microsoft Word. And as well, at the same time, you see it, reference manager installed. Then citation plugin for Microsoft Word installed. If this one is not installed, all you do is just close everything. Close everything, all the dialog box. Then go to Tools. Under the tools, this is where you can do what? Install MS Word plugin. Once you click here, within just a second, it will be installed, and your Mendeley is now good to go. You are now good to go. You are now good to use the Mendeley platform. Okay. Now, after which, the next thing you need to do is to master the interface. Take a hands-on on the Mendeley interface or environment, including their features. How do you master the interface? That will be the next discussion, as I will demonstrate it right now. Okay, this is the interface. The interface, as you can see it here, you see file, you see edit, you see view, you see tools, you see help, you see synchronize folder, add folder. First of all, you see other tools, once you make sure that once you have installed the MS Word plugin, to enable MS Word communicate the Mendeley or enable Mendeley to communicate the MS Word for word preparation or when you're preparing your documents. As that is being done, then you don't have to do much again anywhere here. The next you need to do is, you click on File menu. Under File menu, what do you see? Add files, add folder, watch folder, add entry manually. So the most important thing here is how do you add files. I always I of the belief that you create a folder before adding a file. So now let's look at the next point: adding articles and checking the references. Adding articles and checking the references. Here I say that you should ensure that the reference components are adequately checked. Ensure that all the journal names, the authors are well entered. The year, the volume, issue number, page number, DOI, etc. are not missing. You need to check them manually. If not, once you add it, you cite it. Some of the article may not automatically include the year or the name of the author or the journal name. So you need to do that manually. You don't have to worry. We'll demonstrate it here. I told you that this discussion shall be a hands-on. It's a practical guide. You can do it at your pace. And at the end, you'll be happy using a reference manager styles or software. All right. Now let's look at how do you add articles in your Mendeley. How do you add articles in your Mendeley? So let me show you how to add articles in your Mendeley. Okay, this is a Mendeley software, right? So as that is this, look at, I will always advise that create a folder. Just like in your, look at this on your document, you have different folder where you use to organize file related. So in the Mendeley desktop, it's good that you have different folder related to the kind of project or research you are embarking on. Maybe you are working on different papers, and each of that paper, you have paper 1, paper 2, you have assignment, you have thesis. No, you need to have folder where you put all the related articles stored. Take for instance, you can see mine here. You see I have different folders here. You see BDA applications, technical papers, this and that, AI based papers, and the rest of them. So how do you add the folder? It's very simple. You can see folder here. Create a folder. You can click on it here. You see create folder, just click on it. Then you can now maybe put the name of the folder. Take for instance, maybe say dataset source. That is the name of my folder. Then I want to add article to this folder I just created. I will make sure that I click on the particular folder. I will click on this the folder I want to add the article. I will now go to file. I will now say add files. I will now navigate to my desktop where I have the documents, where I have those articles, the journals you have downloaded and stored in a folder. I will now go back and locate the folder where possibly I stored those articles. So I'll just navigate the folder where I save the articles. So maybe this is the folder and these are the files. I have different files. I can select one and add, or I can highlight all of them and add. I'll click on open. It's not adding. It's not adding. So the importance of synchronizing. To synchronize means it will add it In case even if your system damage, you can easily call it up in any system. Then SSO, once you add the document, always click on synchronize so that it will be like try to add up to the existing document so that you can easily open it in another system and work with. Now, let's start with the demonstrations, how you can manually cross-check to ensure that all the attributes, all the reference components are intact. Now, I have to check them one after the other. If I have so many, I have to check them. Here, maybe I click on this. You see, this one does not have a journal name. But if I click on this one doesn't have a journal name. If I click on this one have the journal name. If I click on this one have the journal name. If I click on this one, you see, this one have the details. So this one, all the ones like you see the name of the author, you see journal name, you see the year, volume, issues, and page number. If you scroll down, you will see the DOI. Okay, so once that being done, you know you are done with this one. You don't need to do anything with this one. However, if you want to open it and read, you don't need to. This is the PDF. Don't have to click on it. It open. Look at the work. Look at the journal itself. You can read it here. You don't need to open it on that platform and read. Everything is here. Okay. Then this is my library. Under my library, you go back to my library. Now let me click on this one that does not have a complete reference. First of all, what you do is double click on it to open. You can now manually check. One is that the year is 2023. These are the title. Sometimes the title are not correct. So you need to cross-check the title to ensure that what you have in the document corresponds with what you have in the journal article here. So if you scroll down, but one thing about is that there's no journal name here. So you need to check the type of the paper. So this one is a master thesis. This one is a master thesis. It's not a normal journal article. So you need to go under journal, the article type. The type here, you can click on it here. You can check, scroll down. Maybe this is thesis. You click on thesis. You see it have reformatted. The page, maybe it's 1 to 74. I can manually enter it 1 to 74. Then every other information that you needed to add based on the the referencing style you are using, you add it. Once that is done, you go back to my library. Okay. Now this one now, okay, let me check on this one. This one has complete, this one has complete, and this one has a complete. Okay. Then this one now, the same way, let's say this one is, if open this one, if you scroll down, you'll see the information there. But this one is a conference paper. So you need to go to under the type. You will see journal article. You scroll down, you see, you select the type of the article. That one is conference proceedings. You see conference proceedings. You click on it, it will reformat it because this is conference proceedings. Okay. So this is how you can manually check the work we are working on. Sometimes if you open the document like this, you will not see the necessary information that is required. When in that case, maybe for instance, there's no journal name here. Do you get it? Sometimes maybe the year, there's no year. And for you to have the complete information here, when there is a missing citations, what you do? This is where you have to manually fix it by using Google Scholar sites. How do you do it? Just copy the title. If you don't have the title here, and maybe there is no title here, you don't have the title there, all you need to do, the document itself, just copy the title. I can highlight it, copy the title. What next to do is, I will now go to I'll now go to web browser. I'll now use my web browser. This is my web browser. And that is my web browser. Then what I need to do is to go to Google Scholar. Google Scholar. So under my Google Scholar, maybe I type Google Scholar. Either you type it, or you type here, or just come here and type. This is under maybe use new tab. Type scholar.google.com. See, scholar.google.com. You press enter key. So you press enter key. It will now open. You see Google Scholar. Just press the title of the document. Then you can now click on search. Look at it now. It automatically show in Google Scholar. What do you need to do here? Go to this double quote. You see site. Click on site. You now see the site, the citation, the proper citation of that article or journal. You now see MLA. You see Harper style. You see Chicago style. Harvard, Vancouver. So depending on the one you are using, however, all you need to do is from, let me say I use Harper style. I can copy it. Maybe copy it. Then go back to my Mendeley. I'll go back to my Mendeley. So that this is my Mendeley now. I've gone back to my Mendeley. What I need to do, maybe I can come under, maybe instead of maybe writing it down or do it like that, I can just maybe paste it somewhere here. Just paste it. Then I can now see the name. This is the name of the author. I can now see the title of the document. The title of the document. I can copy it. Then put on this is the title of the document. I will now go back to journal name. After the title, you see the Journal of Medical. So I'll copy it, the journal name, then paste it here. If you like, you can do it manually. You can just write them down and enter it, or you do the way I'm doing it. Then the year, you see the year. The year is 2021. I went at 2021. So then the volume and everything is there. So what am I trying to say here is, if maybe probably it's only maybe the year is not there or the journal name is not there only. So all you need to do is, if it's only the journal name, all you need to do is you just to under the Google Scholar, as open it here. If it's a journal name, you can just copy only the journal name. This is the journal name. You copy only it and then paste. If there is no volume or issue number, you can just see the complete this one. Then you can look at it then manually and then manually fix it so that everything will be well entered. So that by the time you cite it, it will not give you any problem. So sometimes if you just add and go and cite, it's discovered that there may be no year. So this is how you can manually fix the citation issues. Like this one, I can see there is no journal name. You see it here. What I can simply do, as I said earlier, just copy the title. I'll now go back. I'll now go to my Google Scholar, like that one now. I'll close this one. Here, I just put the title. Press enter key. Make sure that you type correctly. If not, it will not to give you a different thing. Okay, look at the title. Look at the work. I'll go to site. You see it. Only what I'm looking at is only the journal name. Okay, like some of this one doesn't have any further information, so you may not you not check what would be the reason. You can open the document and check to ensure that you have the correct information. Maybe look at the work. I open it, so I can scroll down and look at the document to do the type of document. So this is National College Island. I cannot type what? National College of Ireland. Yeah, fix it. So sometimes it may not have volume, so may not have issues. But the most important thing is that okay, this is even a master's research. So you need to go back here, select that, you check what this test is. So the most important thing here is that you ensure that the journal name, the year, either page number or issue number, one or two of them must be there. You manually cross-check everything before you can now move on. All right. Has that been done? Then we go back to this. What we just did now is a practical demonstration of how to add article and upcheck the reference and fix any attribute that is not there. The next is how to fix a missing reference component, which I just demonstrated using Google Scholar. If there's any missing reference component or attributes, you go to that reference manager. If it's a journal name, if it's a volume, if it's a year, pick it and then manually fix it. Moving on is how to cite and reference. Under this, we'll look at how do you cite citation using your Microsoft Word environment. How do you reference or generate inside inserted the bibliography, and finally how to change a citation style. These three features or topic or subtopic or component, I will demonstrate them so that you see how to cite. One, you've been able to add your article. You'll be able to cross-check that those article components or features are well intact. The next one is how do you cite it in your document you are preparing. That will now take us to let me say, open my Microsoft Word. Let me open my Microsoft Word. Okay. So look at my Microsoft Word. I am working on this, and then based on my background of the study. And at the end, I want to cite a document. Maybe I've read about the sentence when I wanted to cite a citation, maybe here. Click where you want to cite that citations. What you need to do, go to reference. You see reference tab. You see cite. You see cite or insert citation. Do you see it here? Okay, you see it. You can click here. Then under this place, you have already connected to Mendeley. All your libraries, those folders you have created, everything is here. You can search by author or the title of the journal or the year in your library. Okay, so probably maybe the work I want to cite, I know the author's name or the journal's name. So whichever one, just do what? Type. Maybe you can copy the journal name and paste, or you copy one of the, if there are many authors, you can copy one of the authors and paste. You see, as I posted the title of this of the document, it has shown me the references. It has shown me the article. You can cross-check to ensure that it's the right article you want to cite. Okay, maybe I want to cite by using a name of the author. Maybe I type one of the name. Maybe I type the name Ikebu 20 to 24. Maybe Ikebu has, or the author's name have published a lot of works in different years. And if you put only the name, it will give you enough list of articles. What you can do, maybe if you know the year, just add the year. It will filter it. You can now go down, check the right article you want to do what? Use. So once that is done, the next you can do is to click on the work, one you want to cite. Maybe this is the work I want to cite. You see, it will just pick it. You can add 2 or 3 citations. Maybe then I want to type, let's say, let's say, Matthew. From the list of work I already have in my work, maybe say Matthew. And I will not check. I have a lot of Matthew, but look at the title of the work I want to cite. I'll click on it. Once I'm done, I'll click on OK. Or you can click on go to Mendeley. It will not take you to the Mendeley. It will not take you, but take you to the Mendeley. And you cannot click on the particular article and click cite. So I'll click OK. Once I click OK, just watch. It automatically cite. So just watch it. It will automatically, it is processing. Once it's done, you will see it in there. Okay. So look at it now. Once you are doing, you'll be checking you check your status bar here to tell you in progress. So as that being done, look at the work I just cited. So here I have, that is where you see here I have about the 3 authors I cited. Then here I have 2 authors I cited. Here I have maybe 3 or 4 authors, depending on what you want to do. If it's required only 1 citation, you can put it. And again, sometimes you can maybe I cited 2 authors, but it's only one I wanted to cite. You can edit it. Maybe click on edit citation. It will connect you back. Maybe I want to go back. Maybe I want to remove this one. Only one I want. I'll click OK. Watch here. Preparing. Mendeley is preparing to formulate your citations. Mendeley is formatting your citation. You see it here. Is updating your citations. You see the percentage going on. Once that is done, look at where it will appear. Okay. So if you guess if you want to make any correction here, maybe the name of the author is not correct, or any of the year, is it that you correct here, or you go back to Mendeley and correct it and do what? Update, refresh, and it will be updated. However, you can decide to maybe remove something. Maybe sometime you cite, it will give you 2 names. One year and abbreviated like this. Once it's started like this, you can manually remove this. If you click out, it will show you keep citation edit, keep manual edit, or undo edit. If you want to keep it, just click on keep manual edit. Everything is still intact. Okay. Once that is done, the next thing you can do is to insert the bibliography. Insert the bibliography. And before you do that, check the citation style. Are you using different citation style? It will give you up to the latest edition. Like if you're using Harper style, is what we have a 7th edition. If you're using MLA, Chicago, Vancouver, IEEE, anywhere you're using, just click on the main click, it will automatically format it. If I want to use IEEE reference style, once I click on it, it will automatically change or format the whole work. You see it, it automatically formatted them to numbers based on the IEEE reference style. Okay, so but you see this one was not formatted. So because I edited it manually, what you need to do is click on it and click undo. It will reformat it to IEEE. What is, you see the percentage, you see how it's formatted, you see the percentage. Have you seen it? Every have been formatted, man, generally. So this is how you can change the referencing style. Anyone, once you click on it, it's done. Consider where you have up to 100 citations, and if you are recording it manually, you discover that sometimes you may mix the ID of the referencing style. So the best thing is to use Mendeley. And once you cite, don't even need to bother about keeping the track of the references. Unlike the conventional approach, when you pick up any of the work, you have to write the reference, the source. You don't need, once you are Mendeley, once you have sourced out the article, add it in Mendeley, and then cite it here. As you are citing, even if you are working on 1,000 citations, don't bother about the references. Let's assume that we are done of the whole work. Now, under down in the last one, in the last page, I want to generate the. I will have to. I want to get references of the work cited. Remember that is academic dishonesty is against the ethics of research for you to cite a work without referencing the work you cited. Likewise, it's also not advisable or it is unethical for you to reference a work that was not cited. They, once you create that work, the work must be referenced. That is why it works in that peripation. So once I am done, now I want to get the references of all the work I have. Like this is the thesis work, and I have been working, and I want to have the list of all the references of the work I have cited. Then what do? Simply click on insert bibliography. See the amazing nature or the wonderful work or the importance or the impact of using Mendeley. I'll click on insert bibliography. Once I click on it, then you just wait. Depending on the speed of your system, you see it, it's automatically cited. Now, maybe, can you imagine? I have total of 178 citations. Within a second or in a few seconds, it just generated all the whole references, making the whole work easy. Again, maybe if it's a paper you are working on and you submitted it in one journal, after preparing, maybe use APA style or use IEEE style, and the journal say their format reference style is APA. What do? If it's manually to change this 178 references or citation, it will take you the whole of the time to reformat it. But using Mendeley, you don't need to bother yourself. You can do that within less than a second or less than a minute. All you need to do is go back here, the style, change, maybe say APA style, 7th edition. I'll click on it. I'll click on APA style, 7th edition. Watch, it's reformatting it now. You see, it's reformatting it. It is reformatting it. Just wait. Wow. Everything have been reformatted and arrange it in ascending order, alphabetical order. Wow. This is a wonderful nature or work of Mendeley. So this is how it works. You see, everything was automatically changed. This is how referencing manager works. Mendeley, it is very important that you learn how to use it in your project research. Okay. So we've been able to establish how you can use insert citations and then when you're using Microsoft Word. Okay, let me show you another dimension on how you can insert a reference. Maybe if you are in a Mendeley page. So if you are using maybe this is the work I want to cite, I can click on it. Then once you click on it, the next thing you can see is you will see, if you click on it, you can get Mendeley sites. Once you are in it, so depending on the one you want to use, somewhere you can either use site from here. But the best thing for you to do, the best is to use Microsoft Word to connect and cite. Okay, because this one sometimes it will not show you. So you see in Mendeley here, you can use it to read your article, and at the same time you also cite with it. Okay, so go back to where we are. Going back to where we are. So I'll show you how you can cite, generate your bibliography, how you can change your citation style. At this point in time, I would say thank you so much for your attention, and I expect any of your questions, you can bring it down to the comment section from my YouTube channel. Make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Share your comment or questions or concern in the comment section. I will attend to it. Alternatively, you can also reach me out through my contact. Send me a message through my mail. I'll respond to it. Once again, thank you and wish you a very IT-driven approach in your reference citations and references. Thank you.